ready here as the West Division will start here to kick off our 2016 All-Star Game. A nice crowd here. Sorry, correction. The East is going to kick this one off in the red as we get ready here. The crowd really filling in now as we get ready for the 7:30 kickoff. Traffic a little crazy, so expect the crowd to continue filling out here at the Ontario Soccer Centre. Referee Fabrizio Stasola gets us started off here as we get a quick look here at number 4, Stephen Almeida from Woodbridge Strikers. The East today employing about a traditional 4-4-2 as they get started, where the West Division looked like they're playing a bit of a 4-3-3, a little bit more of an experimental lineup here as the West will take this down that far side. Early look here at Jerome Smith from Sigma FC. As Eric Crawford from Oakville Blue Devils passes that up. A little bit of a change to the starting lineup here from what we had is we see number 21 Sean Brown in there. So we get some updates, some last minute changes. There were some All-Stars that did pull out throughout the week and players added from the coaching staff and league officials. So as we get through this starting lineup, as we get a quick look there at number 10 Kasha DeYoung from Durham United. Real international feel to this team. Both players from all over the world, as well as players who played all over the world. Representatives from Canada, of course, United States, Guyana, Bermuda, all here today in the United Kingdom, playing in this All-Star game. As we see an opportunity there, quickly gobbled up by the East Division All-Stars as they come back with a quick counter. That pass looking for DeJong, easily intercepted there by number 4, Walton. A number of representatives here on the West Division from Sigma FC. Obviously a strong showing so far in the league. As we're going to go all the way back here to Mark Rogel, one of the members of the North Toronto Nitros on this East Division All-Star team. And a long ball over the top. Expect a little bit of a feeling out process here. Obviously a little bit of training opportunity yesterday and today for the All-Stars, but whenever you get a new group of players, some of them have played together before, but a lot from all over the place playing together in an All-Star game. It does take a little bit of time to gel as we see the ball come out here wide for the West Division to Walton. Gets his head up there, looking for opportunity, slows it down. We go all the way back here. That's Smith once again. Smith with 1 goal on the season for Sigma FC. In the last game I was actually doing a nice rainy day in Mississauga. As we're going to see the West Division just play around with it a little bit. That's controlled there by Randy Ribeiro. And a ball over the top with no one chasing. Easily handled there by Mark Rogel. Randy Ribeiro, a 5-year player at St. FX, was the captain there. Now here playing for FC London. As here comes DeYoung. And a nice pass inside to Almeida, who's trying to make a run there from the right back position. Quickly, East Division's going to spread that out wide, and a quick attack here, springing into action. But forced out wide. That's Jarek Whiteman from the Vaughan Azzurri over there, fresh off his League 1 Cup win as he tries to make something happen. But now, West Division with a quick ball down that far side. That's your league leading scorer, Leaford Allen, right there on the chase, unable to get to that. And a sloppy pass here from Rogel, a quick opportunity. And that shot from Jumbo Iwuna is quickly snuffed out and then put into the back of the net on the rebound. So a mistake there from Mark Rogel as Leaford Allen able to tuck that one away to give your West Division All-Stars a 1-0 lead early on. Bit of a communication mistake there from the goalkeeper, and in an All-Star game like this, you only need to make 1 or 2 mistakes before the opposition pounces. So early on, we have a 1-0 lead for the West Division.
West Division All-Star goal scored in the 4th minute by number 10, Leaford Allen.
confirmation there of that goal for Leaford Allen. Allen, who's sharing the lead right now in the Golden Boot race with 13 goals so far. Entering his third year at University of Windsor, plays in the OUA, and has shown all summer long his prowess, especially in front of the net. He is a poacher and loves those opportunities. You don't have to ask him twice to shoot, as Iwayuma is going to chase down there against Almeida. A little bit of a push in the back, and we'll get a free kick for the East Division. Iwayuma from Windsor TFC. He's entering his 5th year at University of Windsor as well. So you're seeing a little bit of chemistry there between Allen and Iwayuma. Quickly taken away there by the East Division and spread out wide. He's picking up here as the crowd continues to filter in on this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday evening. Maida looks for the switch. Down that far side, lots of space for the East Division to operate. Come right back on here. Just to recap the action so far in this first half. No substitutions off the water break, but a 2-0 lead for the West Division All-Stars. Early on in the game, within the first 5 minutes, Leaford Allen, the co-leading Golden Boot in the league, scored with a nice poacher's effort. A nice save by Mark Rogel, but tucked away by Allen. And then the West Division All-Stars did double their lead off a goal from Sean Brown in the 8th minute. A couple chances for the East Division, but no goals to show so far, as we will continue here in the 2016 All-Star game here in Vaughan. Game back on here for Matt Zykos. The San Jacks Lions goalkeeper, named the 2015 League 1 All-Star team, but also the MVP of Brock University in 2015 for his OUA team. So goalkeeper is no pressure or no stranger to All-Star games. So far with a clean sheet in the first half, is out wide. Here comes Killian Elkinson. Elkinson with that one lone golden chance with a header alone in front in the first half for the East Division, but that time signaled offside. Here come the West Division in the white. If you're just joining us, as we recap, the score is 2-0 for the West All-Stars as they go right to left in the white strip. See it come all the way out on the near side to Walton. Walton with a heads-up pass, but cut out by Lamanna. Lamanna has been a battle all night so far with Walton. We go all the way back to Almeida. And here's Reed. Ryan Reed from Toronto Skills FC. Also spent a season with FC Lucen of the U19s in the Czech Republic. And that is going to be headed all the way back to Matt Zakos. Here's Smith inside to Ribeiro. Ribeiro, the engine really driving this Western display so far. Comes all the way out right to Eric Crawford. Iwuna there chasing. As we get the first West Division All-Star goal kick. Heading over to take that's going to be Joey Mello, who played 3 seasons for Toronto FC and represent Canada internationally at the U20 level. So Mello will take this on that far side. Nope, they're going to switch it. Mello decides to walk away. And Rainy Rivero is going to take it quickly, tries a bit of a trick play there, tries to catch East Division off, but backfires as it's going all the way back to Hong. Hong, though, going to put it out wide. Controlled by Walton, but now here comes DeJong on the attack. The Durham United player on that far right side looking for support. No one really supporting as he finds that pass through. It's going to be cut out. And that was Hong back there, who was being so strong in defense, all the way out wide to Almeida. Almeida does really well to keep that in on that right side. Almeida all alone, puts it in with the right foot, and then cleared out by the West Division, but only as far as De Jong. De Jong loses that ball to Hong. It's going to come out wide for a battle, but picked up by Higgins. Higgins going to continue with the attack here on this right side. A ball over the top, too far. It's going to come out the opposite side and picked up by the East Division All-Stars. Bit of life here from the East Division as they look to claw one back here in the first half. All the way over the top once again for Almeida to chase. He picks it up, one-on-one here with Walton. Almeida tries the first move, unable to do it, and puts the ball in and then cleared out by the West Division. So that battle continuing here along that, down that right side. There's Reed, tries to control and slips. It's going to go out for a throw-in. Rivera's pressure there on the ball. No changes so far in this game. Expect changes in the second half. As that throw isn't taken cleanly, and East pressuring quickly as that's flicked on for the West. Zakos there doesn't come off his line. A little bit of pressure there from Jiang, as now it's picked up by the West Division. There's Reed sliding in, lunges in, and a heavy tackle. There's Smith, and here's Mello now on the counter attack. Mello with a great ball. There's Allen. An even better sliding tackle there from Bruce Cullen. Really picking the pocket there of Leaford Allen, but Mello, once again, Mello has been just everywhere so far today. The North Mississauga Panthers player, the great ball there to Iowuna. Picked up here once again, and a great run by Al Saeed. Al Saeed coming all the way from center field to play that. And then a bit of a chip shot gets deflected there off the boot of Cameron Brooks. Iowuna tries to take the tight angle there, gets the deflection. It'll be a corner as Mello will head over this time to take. Number 9, Philip Villela, warming up right now for West Division. Hopeful Blue Devils for it. But first we'll get Joey Mello here on the corner. Doesn't get past the front post. That's cleared out quite easily by the East Division, as we'll get our first substitution here of the All-Star game.
West Division All-Star substitution in the 34th minute. Number 9, Philippe Viella is coming in for number 18, Jumbo Iowuna.
So it'll be number 18, Jumbo Iowuna, coming out here for number 9, Philip Bahia. So number 9, Bahia, is going to go up there in the forward position. In 2015, he was the League 1 Ontario Men's Division Most Valuable Player, co-winner of the 2015 Golden Boot, and has also played for the Youth Academy for Sporting Club de Braga in Portugal. So Bahia, no stranger to All-Star games himself, picking up a number of accolades last season. Here come the West Division. Here's Mello once again. Lots of options. As Allen, it's going to come right to Allen's foot. Allen back to Mello. Mello gets it over to Walton, who's snuck all the way up there and stayed up from that corner. That's Al Saeed once again trying another big tackle in this All-Star game as Ryan Reed commits and clears that out. Here's Walton. Gets his pocket picked, and East Division going to try and push quickly. Here's DeYoung. All the way back to Almeida on this right side. Almeida gets his head up. Whiteman puts it over top of Almeida. Almeida chasing, but Hong comes in. No nonsense. Going to clear that all the way out, over the fence and over the hill. So that ball is gone, ladies and gentlemen. But here comes Elkinson, number 24, the East Division. Nice curling ball in for Stefan Lamata, but just can't connect, just over the Durham United player's head. Here come the West Division once again with that 2-0 lead here in the first half. Looking comfortable so far. A couple of chances for East Division, but really the West has carried the play down here on this near side. That's Walton. Back to Rivera. Rivera walks the Mello. Mello controls nicely. Inside, there's your man Bahia. He's going to put that out wide quickly, and a great first touch. The player who's just entered the game puts it out wide, and then goes out for a goal kick. So your first look at Bahia, 2015's most valuable player. A couple players warming up for the East now. We'll see if they make a change before halftime, as that's DeYoung once again Durham United player fouled by Bahia. Here's Reed down this far side. And back to Reed. Reed looks up his man. Pushes out wide to Almeida. He's trying to probe here, trying to find an opening. But so far, West is able to stand tall in this first half. Over the top once again to Almeida. Almeida out wide, one-on-one with Walton. He's battled all day, but his ball is going to be picked up by Smith. But then a great battle here and a foul called against the East. Almeida's ball just too far, and the battle with Smith going a free kick for the West Division. That's Whiteman who gave that free kick away as he battled with Smith on the byline. Here comes Smith, playing out offensive to Rivera. Inside to Allen, picked up by Reed. Allen falls over as we get it all the way out wide to Alkinson. Alkinson with a nifty move there to get around Smith, but Smith sticks on him. Then put up top. Put inside. Flag is not up. A late flag from the linesman. Sorry, he's going to bring it back for a foul. A little bit of confusion there as it ended up getting whistled back for a foul, but the ball ended up in the back of the net. Referee going to clean this one up. That was Dylan Carrero there from Woodbridge Strikers. Who got in there on the opportunity for the East. Carrero spent the last 2 seasons in Scotland with Dundee United. He's played 11 games this season with 3 goals. As we're going to get a free kick here for East in a very dangerous position. Really the first big opportunity here as the players get some clarification here. That ball did end up in the back of the net, but there was no goal. It was called back for a foul. A couple of players stepping over the ball. That's Bruce Cullen, number 12. It looks like Whiteman wants it. It is going to be Cullen and puts it in and right over the wall and into the back of the net. And just like that, it's a 2-1 game. East Division taking advantage of that set piece in such a close position. Zakos really had no opportunity. We'll get a double substitution here for the East as Eddie number 6 from Durham United is going to come out, as well as number 18, Andrew Martin from the Kingston Clippers. So a goal there, a triple substitution for the East.
East Division All-Star goal scored in the
Simon Ajay is going to join Aurora United
40th minute by number
We'll bring these
12, Bruce Cullen.
So first coming off is going to be number 20, Killian Elkinson, for aforementioned number 18, Andrew Martin.
20, 10, and 11, boys.
East Division All-Star substitutions.
Kashif de Jong is also going to come off, number 10. And Stefan Lamanna for Durham United. So a triple substitution here for the East as they've clawed a goal back here and they look to keep the pressure up in this first half.
Number 18, Andrew Martin comes in for number 20, Killen Erickson. Number 9, Simon Ajay comes in for number 10. Kashif de Jong.
So there we go, as the triple substitution for the East. Leaford Allen gets it going again further west, and all of a sudden it's a one-goal game here in the first half as the sun sets to our right. A set piece goal there from Bruce Cullen from Durham United. Cullen with 9 games this season, 3 goals. As here come the East down that far side, but it's going to go out for a throw-in. So lots of action here in the first half of it. Get our 3rd goal of the half. Here's Smith for the West All-Stars into Mello, controlled by Ribeiro. And here come the West All-Stars. Quick over the top, and there it is. Oh, just goes by the post. That was Felipe Vea showing exactly why he was MVP in 2015. Gets a great touch, sent in by Ribeiro, but just goes wide as quick as that. That 3rd goal goes begging for the West All-Stars as Mark Rogel is going to control this here. Down to Almeida on this far right side. So still a 2-1 game, but opportunities coming here late in this first half. Comes out here wide to Whiteman and just out for a throw-in. The pace picking up here late in the first half. Quick throw to Allen. Allen controls. Trying to beat his man and does, and now sends him with his head up. Trying to turn the defender inside out. Gets it to Allen, and just like that, Allen has his 2nd goal of the game. A great pass in there from the Oakville Blue Devils forward, number 9 Vea, and it's just tucked away from Allen. You give Allen those chances, he is going to score 9
Western All-Stars goal scored in the 44th minute.
So that 3rd goal for the Western All-Stars, making a 3-1 game in the 44th minute. Heaford Allen with his 2nd of the game. So leaving the dramatics late here in the first half. Not much the keeper could have done there, as Allen on the doorstep just tips it in off the top right of the post to make it a 3-1 game and get back that 2-goal lead. Here come the East Division All-Stars. There won't be much left on the clock here. We did have a bit of a water break, but Carrero is going to try and push us for East Division. Attacking there is the new man in, anyway. And here comes Mello. Mello does very, very well to hold off Martin. Looks up, and there's Leafford Allen again, and Leafford Allen just a little bit too much heat on that pass from Mello. Allen won in that first half hat trick as Mark Rogel quick off his line to come clean that. So after those 3 changes for the East Division, looks like the West Division is being able to pounce a little bit. Here comes Almeida here on the right side. Heads up play, but gets his pocket picked by Ribeiro. Ribeiro with a nice chip over the top to Mello. Mello holds it up. Here comes Al Said. And now back inside there to Ribeiro.
The 4th official has indicated there will be a minimum of 4 minutes added time.
4 minutes of additional time here, as that's a great turn for the Eastern Division All-Stars. There's Martin. Martin gets blocked off coming across, and then a heavy shot from Eddie Lay, the Durham United man. Lashes the shot with his left foot, not his natural foot. Just goes by the post of Matt Zakos.
Yeah, they got a script and it says the fourth official in this league. Or the 5th official in this league. The 4th and the 5th.
So a couple of opportunities to close out this first half. About halfway through the 4 minutes of extra time. Here's Walton on this near side for the Western All-Stars. Looking to add something late here, and that's flicked on nicely by Ribeiro, who tucks it in front to Leafford Allen. Allen passes it back, and we're going to get an offside call here by the linesman as Mello tries to line up the shot. Quickly taken by the East Division All-Stars. Almeida's going to push it down the far right side. Here's Whiteman. Whiteman heads up, but his pass easily picked up by Eric Crawford. There's Mello again. Mello tries to flick it over the top, and they are really having some joy down there as Mello is just pinging passes all over the place. But that time, the Eastern Division defense able to hold up. Here they come down that far side in their red. Over the top there to Lay. Lay gets ahead to it, but unable to direct it on net as Zakos is going to calmly come and collect that. Here's Ribeiro holding it up. Neatly flicks it over the top to Walton. Walton with a head of steam here. Lays it off to Mello. Mello controls. Out wide to me. Oakwood Blue Devils forward controls. And then put over the top for Allen, but that's just not going to land as Al Saeed tried to put that into the box and it just goes begging. Here's Martin. Collects it for the East. And Whiteman tucks inside looking for the opportunity. Touches a little too far ahead of him and coming in is Hahn. Not what we like to see here at an All-Star game is we're going to get the trainer coming out. That was Whiteman, a little bit of a heavy touch, and he and Holland both jumped in about a 50-50 tackle here, a bit of a lunge. And this is what we were talking about earlier, folks, as I mentioned, a little bit of a heavier tackling All-Star game than I'm used to, and those two players both committing to that tackle. It looks like Whiteman coming off the worst of that tackle. Whiteman, as we talked about earlier, off of the League 1 Cup win last week. 10 games played, 6 goals for the Bonazuri. So the trainer's on, and we will wait to hear and see how the player's doing. West Division All-Stars in their white strip. A 3-1 lead, courtesy of a pair of goals from Leifert Allen and Sean Brown, as well as the lone goal from the West Division All-Stars in their red from Cullen. Thanks, friends, for joining us here at the 2016 All-Star Game for League 1 Ontario. We're here in Vaughan as the sun is now set to the right of us, and we'll get our first look at Anthony Sokolski from FC London. Here's Sean Brown, the goal scorer here on this near side. Crawford's going to shift it all the way over for Smith. At the end of the first half, we did have an injury there to Jarek Whiteman. Whiteman has come off, but he was able to walk off, so a nice update there for the former York University player. A couple of hard tackles there in the first half. And obviously we don't like to see any injuries in an All-Star game, so the Bonazuri midfielder did walk off under his own weight, and we wish him all the best as here come the Western All-Stars. The big difference there in the first half, the Western All-Stars really just seemed to gel a little bit faster, a little bit crisper and cleaner on their passing, as we had our first look at number 6, the Sigma FC midfielder Christian Samaniego. Down this right side is Brown, and he brings it back inside to Pio. That's the first look at Noah Pio from Windsor TFC. Noah Pio, one of the younger players in this game, born in '97, invited to Canada's U20 men's national team camp in 2015, and he's entering his sophomore season at Cleveland State University. So Noah Pio wearing the number 11 for the West Division All-Stars. Over the top, a great ball and an opportunity here for the East as Simon Adjei, who came on in that first half, gets a foot on that and an opportunity that's blocked. Adjei, another player here who's played internationally, who played in the Swedish division for Husqvarna FF and Tenholtz IF. Now playing for Aurora United FC. Here come the East Division. They're down by a pair of goals. We'll try and get something back early here as that's picked off by Samaniego, up to Baea. And now out wide to Hillard Serrero. Serrero, another substitution here in the second half. A member of San Jack's Lions. As Pio gives it away and Lay puts it over the top for Ajay.
West Division All-Star substitution at the 46th minute.
Sokalski.
Number 25.
He's going to control that. And
Anthony Sokalski's coming in for number 1, Matt Zakos. Also number 6. Christian Sergio is coming in for number 8. Gil Hogg.
Here comes Brown down this far right side. A lot of space here for Brown.
Hillard Serrao is coming in for number 7.
He's going to try and beat his man Martin there, and he does the byline. Put his ball in. Does not
East
get
Division
through.
All-Star
It's going to go
substitutions
off.
for the 46th minute.
Bruce Cullen with the lone goal for the East off a set piece.
Number 5.
And handcuffed keeper
Eric
Matt Zakos.
Hoskins is coming in for number 15.
Mark Rogel, the North Toronto Nitro's goalkeeper, still in there. The West
For
Division
15,
did switch out.
Cameron Brooks. Also number 7.
As we take a look down,
Tyrell Rain is coming in for number
the East
14.
Division bench.
Jared Whiteman.
Still getting a little bit of
Also
treatment
number 2.
there on his knee.
Ebo McDonald's coming in for number 3. Niall Higgins. Lastly, number 1. Mark Rogel is coming in for number 23. Matt George.
In over the top there, tried to flick on by Serrao, but cleared out by the East Division. So free kick there does drop there for the San Jack's Lions midfielder, but unable to get an opportunity off as here come the West Division once again. A ball over the top. That's Leifert Allen chasing. He's on a pair of goals. He'd be hungry to pick up his third here, but gives the ball away there to the defense, and it's going to come out here on this near side to Cullen. Cullen over the top. There's Ajay once again, and flicks it on for Martin. Martin, though, is going to hold up as it's going to go all the way to Sokalski. Just a reminder, friends, you can follow us on Twitter at League1 Ontario, or get live updates at L1O Live. I'll get you updates for every game as it happens. Over the top to Allen. Off his line is Rogel. Clears that away from Allen. Allen hungry for that third goal. Also, check us out on Facebook at League1 Ontario, and you can always find us online at www.league1ontario.com. Ajay there, all over Smith. Smith able to control it. He's going to take it all the way back to Sokalski. There's Pio. A lot more pressure here to start the second half on the East Division, but the West so far bending, but not breaking. All the way out here on this near side to Brown, as the West will just calmly play it out of defense. There's Pio once again. Samaniego, who now has the captain's armband on for the West. And here comes Serrao. Controlled by Almeida on that far side. Almeida having a great game there, right back for the East Division. He's looked very lively as we see a nice run here. Picked up by Ajay. Ajay out wide to Martin. Martin's going to stretch to get to this. On that near side. Puts it inside. Controlled but picked up by Pio. Pio doing a great job to come back. And he's going to pass it quickly to Allen. Allen controls, but that's going to be picked off by McDonald. And then a foul called against Allen. Allen just holding up McDonald there, but McDonald doing a great job to read that pass as Pio is trying to get the quick counter. It's going to be spread out wide. Almeida's going to chase. Almeida looks up, puts the ball in, and cleared out by Smith. That's It's Lee Victor Masinda who's getting a first look there as that ball just going to roll away from Allen. So look at all of our substitutes here in the second half. Everyone on both sides of the ball getting some action. Good look here at all the players in this All-Star game. Everyone's seeing action so far here as we're into the 53rd minute of this All-Star game. 3-1 lead for the West. It's going to be spread out wide here for Cullen. Cullen, the goal scorer in the first half for the East, looking to add to it as he puts the ball in. That's picked up by Smith. Smith plays it quickly to Samaniego, who then gets it over to Pio. Pio heads up play down that left wing. Lots of space here for the West as it's going to come out all the way wide to Masinda. Masinda looks up, tries to be his man, but Cullen reads that and is able to put that off of Lee Victor Masinda. The North Mississauga Panthers player getting in on the action here in the second half, entering his third year at University of Ontario's Institute of Technology. Here comes the East Division. That ball for Ajay is just going to go out. Lay just unable to read that. There's Reed, controlling, holding, all the way back now. This is McDonald. He's going to spread it out wide to Almeida. The East definitely starting with a lot more confidence here in the second half as they push to cut it down this 2-goal lead that the West has picked up off of that pair of Leaford Allen goals. There's Lay with pressure on the defender. Inside here to Masinda. Masinda controls. Sees off the challenge of Martin. Back to Samaniego. Heads up. He's going to put that over the top to Allen. Allen controls nicely. Surrounded though by those East Division shirts, and unfortunately on that far side, no support as the player in support was offside. So here comes the East with that quick attack down that far right side. Into the box is Lay. And then a push from, no push, says the referee. Looked like a little bit of tackle and a little bit of a push there from the West defender. The crowd disagreeing, and you can hear it from the bench as well. A great run down that far side by the East, but the referee says play on. Here's Vaea down on this near side. He can pick up a head of steam whenever he wants to. Great with the ball at pace. Pio looks up, goes out wide to Walton. Walton, the player there that might have got away with one in the box there in the All-Star game. Lots of action, no penalties yet. There's Pio. Pio loses it. Controlled by Almeida. Almeida looks up, puts it out wide. Here's Cullen. And now all the way over the top. Lay does really well to leave that, but Smith reads it perfectly. Lay lets that ball go by and tries to open it up down that far right side, but the defender Smith reads it well for the West, and the West is going to come back on the counter. Here's Brown all the way back to the aforementioned Smith. The West looking to spread the ball here. Here's Pio down the middle. Sorreo tries to put it all the way down that right side. Masinda's going to chase and just has to pull up there along the near side. West doing a great job so far putting the ball into space and letting players chase, whereas the East really just trying to play it into the feet and have been guilty of giving the ball away a little bit too cheaply. Here's Reed. Reed puts it over the top down his left side for Martin, but unable to chase that down. Martin, forward from the Kingston Clippers, just completed his 4th season at Queen's University, wearing the number 18 for the East Division here tonight. That's Pio over the top to Allen. Allen is going to chase. Ball with a nice bounce there for Allen as he puts that ball back in the top, but just over the box and out of harm's way for the West. They're able to control it though. They're going to look to try and put this back into the box. All the way back to Samaniego. Now out wide to Crawford, back to Samaniego. Inside to Masunda. Masunda is going to look all the way out wide to Brown. And Brown going to power that into the box and trying to get a head onto that was Samaniego, just couldn't get to it. Allen bossed off the ball by Lay, and Lay's going to flick it out wide. But Vea is able to come back from almost an offside position to break that up. You can definitely feel the pressure and the intensity picking up here in Vaughan at the Ontario Soccer Centre as these two teams are pushing here in the second half. But half an hour left in this game. The West Division All-Stars with a 3-1 lead over the East. And if you're joining us, East wearing that red strip going right to left now in the second half. And the West going left to right in that all-white strip. Here come the East though, a great run once again. A couple of great runs from Tyrell Rain from Masters FA. This goes over the top to Allen. Allen in a battle with McDonald. Allen controls that, and the referee's going to call that back for coming off Allen's arm. We've seen a couple of nice runs there from Rain down the far side.
Get on it, get out the way! Gilly, build up the game, stay higher up. Behind, when we build up the game, stay higher up behind the two center defense from midfield. So don't go to the side and don't drop. This area is free for you. Stay there.
Instructions coming from the West bench.
Are you okay? Step the touch.
There's Smith on that far side for the West. Just looking for an opening now as the East piles on a little bit of a pressure here. Down that far side, a great run from Walton. Walton, his pass is cut out by the East Division. That's McDonald defensively. He seems to be everywhere here in the second half. Read over the top. Cullen making a run, but it's going to be picked up. And here comes the West down this far side from Sorreo. Sorreo controls. Sees off Reed, goes right through him. Tries to put a ball in, and then it's going to spin between and Allen chasing down. Allen, the joint leading goal scorer this season. He scores really what he wants. He's got 2 here tonight, and he is chasing these balls down like it's a championship game here today. As we're going to get a substitution here for the Western All-Stars. Looks like number 7, Joey Mello, joining the action again here for Weston. That's former Toronto FC player Joey Mello, who's part of the club's inaugural season. West Division All-Stars in their white strip. A 3-1 lead, courtesy of a pair of goals from Leaford Allen and Sean Brown, as well as the lone goal from the West Division All-Stars in their red from Cullen. Thanks, friends, for joining us here at the 2016 All-Star Game for League 1 Ontario. We're here in Vaughan as the sun is now set to the right of us, and we'll get our first look at Anthony Sokolski from FC London. Here's Sean Brown, the goal scorer here on this near side. So Crawford's going to shift it all the way over for Smith. At the end of the first half, we did have an injury there to Jarek Whiteman. Whiteman has come off, but he was able to walk off, so a nice update there for the former York University player. A couple of hard tackles there in the first half. And obviously we don't like to see any injuries in an all-star game, so the Vaughan Missouri midfielder did walk off under his own weight, and we wish him all the best as here come the Western All-Stars. The big difference there in the first half, the Western All-Stars really just seemed to gel a little bit faster, a little bit crisper and cleaner on their passing, as we get our first look at number 6, the Sigma FC midfielder Christian Samaniego. Down this right side is Brown, and he brings it back inside to Pio. That's the first look at Noah Pio from Windsor TFC. Noah Pio, one of the younger players in this game, born in '97, invited to Canada's U20 men's national team camp in 2015, and he's entering his sophomore season at Cleveland State University. So Noah Pio wearing the number 11 for the West Division All-Stars. Over the top, a great ball and an opportunity here for the East as Simon Adjei, who came on in that first half, gets a foot on that and an opportunity that's blocked. Adjei, another player here who's played internationally, who played in the Swedish division for Husqvarna FF and Tenholt IF. Now playing for Aurora United FC. Here come the East Division. They're down by a pair of goals. We'll try and get something back early here as that's picked off by Samaniego up to Bahia. And now out wide to Hillard Serrero. Serrero, another substitution here in the second half. A member of San Jack's Lions. As Pio gives it away and Lay puts it over the top for Adjei.
West Division All-Star substitutions at the 46th minute.
Sokalski.
Number 25.
He's going to control that. And
Anthony Solkowski's coming in for number 1, Matt Zankos. Also number 6, Christian Sergio is coming in for number 8, Gil Hogg.
Here comes Brown down this far right side. A lot of space
Number 20,
here for Brown.
Hillard Serrao is coming in for number 7.
He's going to try and beat his man Martin there, and he does the byline. Put his ball in. Does not
East
get
Division
through.
All-Star
He's going to go
substitutions
up.
for the 46th minute.
Bruce Cullen with the lone goal for the East off a set piece.
Number 5,
And handcuffed keeper
Eric
Matt Zakos.
Hoskins is coming in for number 15.
Mark Rogel, the North Toronto Nitros goalkeeper, still in there. The West
Number
Division
15,
did switch out their
Cameron Brooks. Also number 7,
As we take a look down,
Tyrell Rain is coming in for number
the East
14.
Division bench.
Jarrett Whiteman.
Still getting a little bit of
Also number
treatment
2,
there on his knee.
Ebo McDonald's coming in for number 3. Niall Higgins. Lastly, number 1, Mark Rogel is coming in for number 23. Matt George.
In over the top there, tried to flick on by Serrao, but cleared out by the East Division. So free kick there does drop there for the San Jack's Lions midfielder, but unable to get an opportunity off as here come the West Division once again. A ball over the top. That's Leifert Allen chasing. He's on a pair of goals. He'd be hungry to pick up his third here, but gives the ball away there to the defense. And it's going to come out here on this near side to Cullen. Cullen over the top. There's Adjei once again. And flicks it on for Martin. Martin, though, is going to hold up as it's going to go all the way to Sokalski. Just a reminder, friends, you can follow us on Twitter at League1 Ontario. We'll get live updates at L1O Live. I'll get you updates for every game as it happens. Over the top to Allen. Off his line is Rogel. Clears that away from Allen. Allen hungry for that third goal. Also, check us out on Facebook at League1 Ontario. And you can always find us online at www.league1ontario.com. Adjei there, all over Smith. Smith able to control it. He's going to take it all the way back to Sokalski. There's Pio. A lot more pressure here to start the second half on the East Division, but the West so far bending, but not breaking. All the way out here on this near side to Brown, as the West will just calmly play it out of defense. There's Pio once again. Samaniego, who now has the captain's armband on for the West. And here comes Serrao. Controlled by Almeida on that far side. Almeida having a great game there, right back for the East Division. He's looked very lively as we see a nice run here. Picked up by Ajay. Ajay out wide to Martin. Martin's going to stretch to get to this. On that near side. Puts it inside. Controlled but picked up by Pio. Pio doing a great job to come back. And he's going to pass it quickly to Allen. Allen controls, but that's going to be picked off by McDonald. And then a foul called against Allen. Allen just holding up McDonald there, but McDonald doing a great job to read that pass as Pio is trying to get the quick counter. It's going to be spread out wide. Almeida's going to chase. Almeida looks up, puts the ball in, and cleared out by Smith. Let's leave Victor Macinda getting a first look there as that ball just going to roll away from Allen. So look at all of our substitutes here in the second half. Everyone on both sides of the ball getting some action. Good look here at all the players in this All-Star game. Everyone's seeing action so far here as we're into the 53rd minute of this All-Star game. 3-1 lead for the West. It's going to be spread out wide here for Cullen. Cullen, the goal scorer in the first half for the East. Looking to action as he puts the ball in. It's picked up by Smith. Smith plays it quickly to Samaniego, who then gets it over to Pio. Pio heads up play down that left wing. Lots of space here for the West as it's going to come out all the way wide to Macinda. Macinda looks up, tries to be his man, but Cullen reads that and is able to put that off of Lee Victor Macinda. The North Mississauga Panthers player getting in on the action here in the second half, entering his third year at University of Ontario's Institute of Technology. Here comes the East Division. That ball for Ajay is just going to go out. Lay just unable to read that. There's Reed, controlling, holding, all the way back down. This is McDonald. He's going to spread it out wide to Almeida. The East definitely starting with a lot more confidence here in the second half as they push to cut it down this 2-goal lead that the West has picked up off of that pair of Leaford Allen goals. There's Lay with pressure on the defender. Inside here to Macinda. Macinda controls. Sees off the challenge of Martin. Back to Samaniego. Heads up. He's going to put that over the top to Allen. Allen controls nicely. Surrounded though by those East Division shirts, and unfortunately on that far side, no support as the player in support was offside. So here comes the East with that quick attack down that far right side. Into the boxes Lay. And then a push from, no push, says the referee. Looked like a little bit of tackle and a little bit of a push there from the West defender. The crowd disagreeing, and you can hear it from the bench as well. A great run down that far side by the East, but the referee says play on. Here's Vaea down on this near side. He can pick up a head of steam whenever he wants to. Great with the ball at pace. Pio looks up, goes out wide to Walton. Walton, the player there that might have got away with one in the box there in the All-Star game. Lots of action, no penalties yet. There's Pio. Pio loses it. Controlled by Almeida. Almeida looks up, puts it out wide. Here's Cullen. And now all the way over the top. Lay does really well to leave that, but Smith reads it perfectly. Lay lets that ball go by and tries to open it up down that far right side, but the defender Smith reads it well for the West, and the West is going to come back on the counter. Here's Brown all the way back to the aforementioned Smith. The West looking to spread the ball here. Here's Pio down the middle. Sorreo tries to put it all the way down that right side. Masinda's going to chase and just has to pull up there along the near side. West doing a great job so far putting the ball into space and letting players chase, whereas the East really just trying to play it into the feet and have been guilty of giving the ball away a little bit too cheaply. Here's Reed. Reed puts it over the top down this left side for Martin, but unable to chase that down. Martin, forward from the Kingston Clippers, just completed his 4th season at Queen's University, wearing the number 18 for the East Division here tonight. That's Pio over the top to Allen. Allen is going to chase. Ball with a nice bounce there for Allen as he puts that ball back in the top, but just over the box and out of harm's way for the West. They're able to control it though. They're going to look to try and put this back into the box. All the way back to Semeniego. Now out wide to Crawford, back to Semeniego. Inside to Masinda. Masinda is going to look all the way out wide to Brown. And Brown going to power that into the box and trying to get a head onto that was Semeniego, just couldn't get to it. Allen bossed off the ball by Lay. And Lay's going to flick it out wide. Avea is able to come back from almost an offside position to break that up. You can definitely feel the pressure and the intensity picking up here in Vaughan at the Ontario Soccer Centre as these two teams are pushing here in the second half. But half an hour left in this game. The West Division All-Stars with a 3-1 lead over the East. And if you're joining us, East wearing that red strip going right to left now in the second half. And the West going left to right in that all-white strip. Here come the East though, a great run once again. A couple of great runs from Tyrell Rain from Masters FA. This goes over the top to Allen. Allen in a battle with McDonald. Allen controls that, and the referee's going to call that back for coming off Allen's arm. We've seen a couple of nice runs there from Rain down the far side.
Get on it, get up the other way. Gilly, build up the game, stay higher up. Behind, when we build up the game, stay higher up behind the two center defense from midfield. So don't go to the side and don't drop. This area is free for you. Stay there.
Instructions coming from the West bench.
Are you okay?
There's Smith on that far side for the West. Just looking for an opening now as the East piles on a little bit of a pressure here. Down that far side, a great run from Walton. Walton, his pass is cut out by the East Division. That's McDonald defensively. He seems to be everywhere here on the second half. Reed over the top. Cullen making a run, but it's going to be picked up. And here comes the West down this far side from Sorreo. Sorreo controls. Sees off Reed, goes right through him. Tries to put a ball in, and then it's going to spin between, and Allen chasing down. Allen, the joint leading goal scorer this season. He scores really what he wants. He's got 2 here tonight, and he is chasing these balls down like it's a championship game here today. As we're going to get a substitution here for the Western All-Stars. Looks like number 7, Joey Mello, joining the action again here for Weston. That's former Toronto FC player Joey Mello, who's part of the club's inaugural season back in 2007. Coming out was Claire Soraya. Here come the East. That's Reed pushing down the right. We've got a couple players warming up here. We've got another substitution shortly from the West. Here comes Almeida. Almeida one-on-one with Walton. 4 against 4. Almeida able to get a toe to it and poke it into the box, but just no one there for the East. It's going to come out wide, and the West is going to try and attack here. You don't have the numbers, but that's Vea, the Oakville Blue Devils player, and Reed comes across to cut that off. But Vea, once again on top of it, he's been like a pest out there so far tonight. As Mello gets his first touch here in the second half. That's Macinda.
West Division
Brown making it right down the
substitutions.
far right side. Macinda takes it.
At the 62nd minute
Trying
mark,
one with Cullen.
number 7,
Finds Mello.
Joey Mello's coming in for number 20.
Finds Vea. Vea gets a shot off.
Cero.
It's going to go just by the goal of Mark Rogo. And we're going to get a substitution here for each team. Entering the game will be number 3, Niall Higgins from the Vaughan, Missouri for the East. For the West, we're going to get number 18, Jumbo Iowuna coming in, the Windsor TFC for. Out the far side to Almeida, though, as the East continues to find and to put on the pressure for the second goal. Down by 2 goals here in the second half. Back to Almeida. Almeida thinks better at passing. It's going to go off a couple players, and Martin is going to get in there with the keeper, but Anthony Sikowski, the FC London keeper, holds on to it. He's going to play it short. Here's Semeniego, who's going to put it out wide. And over the top, Allen on the chase. That's McDonald with no nonsense. Going to put that out. Second ball of the day.
West Division All-Star substitutions in the 64th minute mark. Number 18, Jumbo Iowuna is coming in for number 10.
Number 10, Leaford Allen, with a pair of goals so far in this game.
Leaford
Trying to
Allen.
come out for number 18, Iowuna, as we mentioned before, from that Windsor TFC.
East Division All-Star substitutions. Number 3, Niall Higgins is coming in for number 4. Stefan Amidia.
Number 3, Higgins coming in for number 4, Almeida. Higgins from the Vaughan, Missouri coming in for number 4, Almeida from the Woodbridge Strikers. He's been a busy man down the right side. He gets a well-deserved rest, as Almeida's really been looking to push the pace, sending a number of good, strong balls into the box, but the East unable to convert those chances. Here come the West, though. Semeniego looks off that pass the outside, finds Macinda, and early on, there's number 18, Iowuna, getting in on the action. Smith pressuring Martin. Martin holds up. And there's Higgins with his first touch of the half. He sends a ball over the top for Rain. Rain, look at that pace. He can just run for days. Tyrell Rain, as mentioned, from Masters FA. That ball's turned over, but picked up once again by the West. Now over the top to Bahia. He's got a lot of space here. He's going to be one-on-one with the keeper. There's a couple players come over to cover. There's Iowuna. He puts the return pass from Mello, but just a little bit of miscommunication, and that sometimes happens, folks, in an all-star game. Players from different teams trying to connect. One wants to go one way, and in the meantime, the other player's going the other. So that chance there goes begging for the West, but here comes the East. There's Higgins chasing down that far side. Gets that ball in, and you won't get many better chances than that here tonight as Simon Adjei from Aurora United FC. He's no stranger to scoring, but he puts it over the top, and Andrew Sikowski able just to look as that goes over. I don't know if he had had a chance, folks, if that had hit the net, as Adjei seemed to have the opportunity there wide open in front. Adjei, who's got 8 goals in 11 games played this season, as mentioned before, has plied his trade in Sweden, playing for 3rd Division side Husqvarna FF, as well as a number of other teams before joining League 1 Ontario. Well, the score remains 3-1 here for the Western Division All-Stars. Probably the best opportunity of the second half so far. That opportunity there for Adjei that goes begging and goes over the West goal. There's Adjei, as we just mentioned. He'll be looking to try and make up for that miss. Pass inside is cut out by Samaniego. Here's Masunda. Masunda's going to go all the way back. Now Brand's just going to go back to Sokolsky. There's Smith down that far side. Samaniego in the middle, all the way to Mello. Mello niftily flicks it on to Brown, and here comes Brown with a lot of time and space back inside to Mello. Former TFC man finds Samaniego, and then it's going to be controlled here by McDonald. McDonald lays it out wide, but look at Brown getting back, and Brown will make some contact there with Eddie Lay, and that's going to be a free kick. The referee's going to come over and say, calm down a little bit. We saw that injury in the first half to Whiteman, and we just want to make sure, as the referee came over and said, just calm down a little bit. You know, take your time. Here comes Samaniego. And Mello. Mello takes the 1-2. Holds off his man. Mello has been really strong on the ball here tonight. Gets that ball out to Masunda. Masunda puts into the box, but McDonald's going to gobble that up. Now it's going to come all the way out wide to Cullen once again. Cullen's fast though. He'll go all the way through down to Crawford. The West enjoying some possession here as that ball's going to be put over the top to Bahia. Down the right side, McDonald chasing. McDonald does very, very well to shut that down, but it's going to go out for a throw in right just inside the corner. Special thanks once again to Rome Mobile, our matchday sponsor for our matchday updates, including live tweeting, our live stream, all of our online presence. A big thank you to Rome Mobile. And a special thank you to our other league partners, SoccerX.com, Vibrant Performance, CDN Print Plastic, and Sports Engine. There's Cullen on their side. Samaniego able to shut that down. He's still looking for that second goal. They're down, and that throw-in's going to go off the back of Samaniego. But here's Lay. Lay controls it to Ajay. Ajay with a great turn on the ball there, but just a little bit of a loose touch, and the West is going to turn this back. There's Pio, youngest player on the pitch right now. To Mello, back to Samaniego. And now out wide to Brown once again. West doing a really good job of switching the ball out wide here to Masunda. Masunda sees inside. Iruma. Back to Mello. And the West just looking for their opportunities here. They've got that 2-goal lead. Not really taking too many opportunities here, but just seeing where they can prod, pull apart the East. Over the top to Bahia. Great ball, and he's going to control that around McDonald, but unable to make anything happen. As we're going to get a quick turn here, and the East Division is going to counterattack. 4 men back now for the West. That's right. He gets a ball across, and you will not get an easier goal there than that for Andrew Martin. Another great run, showing off the speed. Tyrell Rain beats his man down that far right side, gets a ball across, and that's a tap in for number 18, Andrew Martin from the Kingston Clippers.
Sean Brown.
The scoring an early 3rd-minute goal for Leaford Allen, making it 1-0 for the West, before Sean Brown doubled that in the 8th minute to 2-0. Cullen clawed one back just midway through the half, or just after the water break in the first half for the East, before the West was able to restore that 2-goal lead from a goal from Leaford Allen in the 44th minute. And as we just saw, a 70th minute goal there from Andrew Martin, making it a 3-1 game. But here comes Masunda all the way into Mello. Mello puts it out wide. And a long, far shot, and wow, ladies and gentlemen, that is how you make an impact. Randy Rivero off the bench comes in, lashes a shot off the left foot. Just beating Rogel on that right side and restoring the 2-goal lead for the Western All-Stars. That was the pick of the goal so far here in this All-Star game. giving the Western All-Stars a 4-2 lead in the 73rd minute. Rivero, that player out of St. FX who played for 5 years there, captaining that team, was the captain to start this game. A player who I actually called in his rookie season in the AUS, now enjoying life here in League 1 Ontario, getting a nice goal there to add to a pretty strong performance in the first half. Here come the West, now the East, with just quarter of an hour here now to try and find some magic, down 2 goals to the West All-Stars. Here come the West All-Stars as well. There's Mello, gets bossed off the ball. A strong challenge from the East. That was Eric Hoskins there with that strong tackle on Mello. We've seen a couple of those so far in this game with just about 15 minutes left in this All-Star game. That's Carrero there. Controls again, holds up. Has Martin there for support, but read very, very well. And there's Ribeiro cleaning up the magic there. The FC London player with a strong performance in midfield so far, as well as a goal now added to his name. There's Pio. Puts it out wide. The Western bench cheering on their team, encouraging them to go for another goal. Here's Ribeiro again. Tries to play the 1-2. Unable to do so. But the West will get the ball back. Just possession cheaply given away by the East once again. There's Rain. Over the top. Controlled by the East. Samaniego playing some good defense there, and now pushed all the way out wide here on this near side. Here's Cullen, Elkinson, now in at left back. Inside to Ajay. Ajay all the way outside to that far right side to Higgins. Higgins going to control and then spread the ball wide once again to Elkinson. Elkinson had that great heading opportunity in the first half, unable to put on net, and then a long shot just over from the East All-Stars. Not really putting too much pressure on Sokolsky other than that goal coming from Andrew Martin in the 70th minute. Other than opportunity, Sokolsky's had a pretty quiet second half. As here come the West once again. Pio is here, ghosting on this far side. Iowuna, though, finally finding Pio. Pio puts it into the corner. Chasing is Masunda. Masunda looking off the defender. Back to Pio. Pio's going to put that over the top, but Mark Rogel, the keeper, easily coming off his line there to pick that up. And here come the East, pushing the pace here. Lay puts it out wide. Coming across is Stephen Al-Sayed, the FC London defender. Puts that into touch. Fans a little bit restless here with about 10 minutes left in this game, wanting some more goals. Had 6 already as the West is leading 4-2. Long ball down this far side, and as the East is pushing for the couple of goals here, opportunities coming for the West. East looking like they're playing just about 3 at the back now. And they'll try and push us quickly once again. Here's Reed. Out wide to Higgins. Back inside once again to Carrero. Carrero holds, puts it inside and just goes past Martin. But now it's going to drop all the way to Lay. Lay pushed off the ball by Samaniego, and Pio's going to look to turn. Iowuna, though, unable to control that. Here's Reed and Higgins. Higgins controls outside to McDonald. And now here's Rain. Rain, who has that head of pace, puts the ball in over the top. Cut off before it can get to Ajay. And pushing here are the Western All-Stars. The Western All-Stars, here's Masunda, head of steam, one-on-one with the defender. Cuts outside, gets a shot off, and what a save by Rogel. Probably the best save of the game. Masunda gets a heavy strike off, and a big save from the Eastern Division, keeping that just to a 2-goal lead. Masunda, though, going inside outside on the defender, gets a quick shot off, and Rogel, ample to the task, able to keep that one out.
Hey, look at him anyway.
There's Tyrell Rain on that far side, trying to make some magic happen for the East, but he's put under pressure, a lot of pressure from the West. The West has pressured for most of this game. Controlled by Reed. He's going to push that outside for the East Division. East still down by 2. And now, a bit of a lazy pass there. Semeniego is going to pick this off, and Mello's just going to ping this out wide to Masunda. Masunda with lots of action here in the last few moments into Ayawuna. Ayawuna goes wide on the keeper, but Rogel once again, another big save for the East, keeping this at just a 2-goal lead or 2-goal deficit for the East.
Because we want to press when they're in the middle. Christian is in the middle covering everything.
Guys, you get a subbing? Stop!
We're going to substitution here for Eddie Lee, the Durham United man, coming off now for Stefan Lamana. So Durham for Durham here, as Lamana is going to enter here, a senior at University of Vermont. Lee with a strong performance there for the East, but coming off there, some tired legs there. Lots of games this season for the players, as the coaches have really rotated a lot of players here in the game so far. Over the top here to Ajay. Ajay gets it, controls it, able to beat Walton, gets a touch, steps on the ball, but able to put it out wide. And a heavy, low shot coming in there from the East, but Sokolski with his best save of the game so far. Here comes the West. Mello just slowing it down, showing his veteran presence.
Number 11.
It's an all-star game, but they're treating this like
Lamana is coming in at number 6.
Here's Ribeiro with a wonder strike there to make it 4-2. Puts out wide to Pio. Pio's been quite active on the ball here today. Here's Ribeiro once again. Back to the veteran Mello. Ayawuna leaves that, trying to get it through a wide, and here comes the chase from Andrew Martin. Kowski, though, is going to come off his line, come out, control, and calmly puts it in for the West. Into our final 10 minutes here in the 2016 All-Star Game. Representatives of the East and the West in League 1 Ontario here putting on a show tonight. 6 goals so far. The West leading 4-2. A pair of goals for the league's leading goal scorer in Leaford Allen. Answered back with a nice free kick goal from Cullen, and a handful of other goals here in this game to give the fans value for their tickets here today, as Ayawuna with a bit of a weak shot. The fans getting a show. Hopefully you at home as well enjoying the broadcast here today, brought to you by Rome Mobile. As the East continues to press for a goal, it's going to come out wide. Oh, and a heavy tackle there. As Killian Elkinson tries to cut inside, the North Toronto Nitros player is cut down by Eric Crawford. Crawford with a quiet game, I guess, as a defender. If you don't notice them having a great game, and Crawford there having a silent but efficient game. The Oakville Blue Devils defender, named to the 2015 League 1 All-Star team, and once again here in 2016 named to the team for that solid defensive play. Standing over the goal, or out over the ball, will be Stefan Lamana. Recently reintroduced to the game, Durham United. Puts the ball in and gets to his man in the box, but not a header from Jay is just going to go wide off the net. So a big chance there for the East, but the West is going to push back with numbers here now, as they've got the advantage. And over the top to Masunda. Masunda is going to chase, but they go harmlessly through to Rogo. Here comes the East. A bit of a ping pong match here as both teams pushing for more goals. Lamana here on this near side, chasing, looking for someone. Chips it in over the top, but just out and wide behind. Looking for a late run there of Ajay, but Sokolsky just watches that go out wide. A big thank you to those out there watching here tonight and those who attended the game or watching the recording on YouTube. Once again, you can always catch our broadcast live here, either on the League1 website or on livestream.com. And recordings, as always, will be added to our YouTube channel, League1 Ontario. As here comes Ajay with an opportunity, tries to chip the keeper and comes back off the crossbar. Great opportunity for Simon Ajay. He beats Sokolsky, but just can't beat the woodworks, as the East has probably their best chance of the second half to get within a goal. Still down by 2. Entering our final 5 minutes plus stoppage time. Here's Samaniego. The East has really tried to pile on the pressure in the second half, but the West bending, not breaking, and able to keep that 2-goal lead intact here late in this one. That's picked up by McDonald. He's going to push that play down that far right side.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to
Ball over
acknowledge
the top to Andrew Martin. Martin beats the defender, but
Jonathan Lau, who was not able to participate in today's game due to injury. Please give him a warm round of applause.
And that opportunity is going to go away from the Western net. So the East into their final 5 minutes here, trying to find some magic. A little bit of tired legs here, but the energy and the excitement of an all-star game continuing through for these two sides. A spirited affair to say the least. Some crunching tackles, some fantastic goals here tonight. The pick of the bunch, probably Randy Romero's left-footed strike
was
in the 75th minute.
Go-getter in the all-star game.
That's now Higgins there for the East, trying to make something happen. It's going to go out for a goal kick. East committing players forward here, putting the West under pressure. They come out to Pio. Pio controls. Inside to Samaniego. Samaniego's going to control to Mello. And Mello's going to put that up top. Higgins unable to control that. They go all the way back to keeper Rogel. But once again, possession given away, and now Samaniego and Mello will just pass it around in the midfield, almost goading the East to come and get it. There's Mello, the veteran, really controlling the pace here for much of the game. Samaniego's going to put it out wide as the West continues to put pressure on into the box. Rogel off his line, doesn't control it cleanly, but able to pounce on it. Wants to play it quickly, but just no options for the East. A little bit of frustration there. Team down by 2 and really no options to pass it to. Long and over the top to Tyrell Rain. Rain controls it off the shoulder. Just unable to make anything happen as the West, as they have all night, just cleans it up. Mello and Samaniego play their 1-2 again. The midfield pairing really working wonders here for the West. Out wide is a nice run on that far side for the West. Back to Mello. Mello with a great look on that run. Pio gets inside to Masunda. Masunda unable to make it happen, but that's because some strong defending from Eric Hoskins, the Kingston Clippers defender, able to show his veteran talent there, getting back and breaking out that play as Masunda really with a great opportunity there, probably his best opportunity, is unable to pull the trigger as that will go out for a corner. Mello standing over the ball for the West. They'll ping in this corner. The outswinger just going by the head of Ayaluna. And now here comes the East trying to push the attack, but smartly done. And now picked off by the East. They're going to push it here with a head of steam. There's Lamanna. He's just looking for an opportunity to attack, but his ball just too much on it for Ajay. Lamanna did everything right until that last final ball. And the opportunity goes begging once again for the East, becoming a theme here tonight as Pio comes back for the West. Here's Samaniego for the West. Into our final minute of regulation until we get some stoppage time here from the officials. That's controlled nicely by the East, and here comes Lamanna down this left wing. Lamanna does have pace, and he's going to put that ball in for Ajay once again, but just too far. A big final thank you to our sponsors as we head into extra time here. Thank you to Roam Mobile, our main sponsor for match day updates. Everything online, including our live tweeting and our broadcasts here
Ladies
on
and gentlemen,
livestream.com.
the fourth official has indicated there will be a minimum of 5 minutes at a time.
And a big thank you to SoccerX.com, Canada's largest soccer store. Vibrant performance, CDN, print plastic, and sports engine. And of course, a special thank you to Martin Basil Photography, taking all of our photographs. I'm sure there will be some great photos after this game as Mello goes around the defender and takes a shot. You can get those photos on our Facebook account. Definitely can see some photos from yesterday of training from this All-Star game. As we head into our final 5 minutes of extra time, the referee having a laugh here as he'd indicated 4 minutes of extra time, but the fourth official giving 5. A little bit of fun here late in the game as an opportunity for the East. That's Tyrell Rain who dives in there trying to get on the end of that ball and just can't connect. Not often you'll say that Rain didn't have enough pace to get to it, but he's at full stretch there and just can't get a toe to it as the East still pushing, trying to claw back a goal here. Once again, if you want to find out more about the league, you can check us out at www.league1ontario.com, on Facebook, facebook.com/League1Ontario. Our main Twitter account, twitter.com/League1Ontario. So you can check us out on all of our accounts. As well, remember, if you're seeing us on livestream.com, you can see a recording. This will be uploaded on our YouTube channel, League1 Ontario on youtube.com. It's also accessible off our homepage through the social media links at the top right of our page. If you're watching this on YouTube, remember, we do broadcast our games live here on livestream.com. You can check out our homepage for live streams as they happen throughout the regular season, or check out our account at League1 Ontario on www.livestream.com. Big thank you, of course, and most importantly, to our All-Stars here tonight. We hope Jarek Whiteman has recovered from his injury, as well as the rest of the players. We wish them good luck for the rest of the season, and a special shout out to the Vaughan Azzurri who picked up their League One Cup championship earlier this week. As we are into the final few moments of stoppage time here in the 2016 All-Star Game. Andrew Sokolski here calling in a wall. His team with a 4-2 lead here late in this All-Star game, but pride on the line as the Western All-Stars wanting to keep this lead intact. Pinged high into the box, bounces around, falls to Crawford, unable to make anything happen, but the East is going to pick this up, but no, he's going to go out for a throw-in. Here's Elkinson here on this near side, the East pushing. Fans cheering them on, trying to pick up something here as they trail 4-2. Here's Ajay at the top of the box. He tries to turn, curls a shot towards that top corner, but it's going to go over the net of Anthony Sokolski. A little bit of fun here from the benches as the coaching staff gets in on it. Here's Walton for the West. Walton and Smith, the defenders from Sigma FC, who have been clean and tidy at the back, as the West pushes for a 5th goal here, as we'll get a corner kick for the West late here in the final stages of this one, folks. The score currently 4-2 for the West as they push for a 5th and final goal. There's Ribeiro pushing it out wide. Back to Ribeiro once again. He's going to ping this in off the left foot, coming out to Pio. Pio puts it in for Masinda. Masinda controlling just on the outside of the box. And that'll be it, as referee Fabrizio Stassola is going to call this one a conclusion. And the final
West Division All-Stars 4,
the Western Division
East Division All-Stars 2.
4, and the Eastern Division All-Stars 2. A recap of the scoring for you folks. Leaford Allen, the joint leading scorer of the league this year, opened the scoring in the 3rd minute before Sean Brown doubled that lead for the Western All-Stars in the 8th minute.